hopefully this is in focus. Okay, sick, alright. What's up guys, my name's Huz and this is my fitness channel. I am 18 years old and I've been doing bodybuilding for roughly around about, let's say 2 years now, but then on and off, so not really knowing what I was doing for like another 2 years, year and a half I'd say, on top of that. So technically about 3.5 years, but like properly I'd probably say about 2 years. I always get asked all the time, you know, Huz, what do? You went from being a fat lard to being not so much of a fat lard, and you know, give me your help. You know, what do you do? Tell me basically, and that's just constant. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna create a fitness channel, and I'm gonna use it to document my own progress as well. Because currently I'm in my second ever like bulk cycle, so we're still making mad progress currently. And I thought that I could use it to take you along my journey, to tell you what I went wrong, to tell you what I did, and it's therefore it can kind of like help you lot out and help the community out, whoever actually stumbles across and watches my videos and actually is able to put up with me. This kind of video is going to be, I don't know, it's not really got much of a structure to it. It's going to be a bit messy, it's going to be a bit scattered, obviously being my first video and all. However, tonight I'm going to go train, going to go to the gym, got some deadlifts and a few other bits and pieces. Let's go, let's take you on how my day goes. Okay, so what I've done is that instead of filming on that the whole time, I've switched across to my phone because it's just more convenient really. Switched across to my phone, packed all my shit for later, and now gonna, well, head down to the gym, pick up all the boys, head down, and yeah, pretty much. This is actually shit. Okay, so for this part of the video, what I'm basically going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a voiceover instead, because I didn't think that you lot watching me doing stretches and random ass deadlifts would be that satisfying. So I'll basically give you a run through of what I'm doing right now. So currently what I'm trying to do is that I'm just trying to stretch out my legs as much as possible. I'm trying to stretch out every angle of it, trying to stretch out my lower back to make sure that when I'm doing my deadlifts, I can perform as best as possible. Then from there, what I do is that I go into my first set of just warm up really. So I'm warming up on about 60 kilos, just bashing out a few reps, seeing how I feel, seeing how tight everything is. If so, then I'll go back to stretching and doing it all again. Then once I've done all of that, what I'll be doing is I'll kind of build my way up. So today what I was realistically doing in this session was building my way up to 170 kilos for an AMRAP. So AMRAP basically means as many reps as possible. So what I was doing here is just, you know, working my way up to actually get to that AMRAP. And yeah, so now currently what we're on is the 170 kilos. And as you can see, I'm kind of just looking like I'm about to shit myself. But still, we managed to get out 6 reps on that. And then afterwards, I just finish it all off with some light deadlifts. And then I go into some squats as well. So when I get into the squats, what I'm really doing here is that on my program that I was following, it was only saying to do 70 kilos for I can't even remember how many reps it was now. So it was only 70 kilos, so not that heavy. I was just trying to rep it out, just make sure that I felt the squeeze, get some good tension across the legs, because my legs were already pretty fried from the deadlifts themselves. So what I'm trying to do here is just work on my form, because as you can see, my back is still pretty bent when I'm doing it, and I need to definitely work on keeping my back upright rather than having it bend over. And pretty much. Nice. So what you guys have just seen is me a few days ago now, because of my inability to actually carry on a video, and my ability to be a good YouTuber is just not there yet. So instead, what I thought is that because there's not really much content there's only me doing a few deadlifts and a few squats, and I thought, you know, it might not actually be that interesting. What I thought I'd do is that I would answer some of your questions that I get asked a hell of a lot. So when I'm out or just in my DMs, to be completely honest, actually I've had like probably 1 DM, but still. Okay, so the first question: how many times a week do I train? So that, to be completely honest, is more or less dependent on what I'm doing throughout the week. So I try and aim to go 7 days a week. However, if one day I can't go, it's not realistically the end of the world. If I can't go 1 day in the week, then, you know, I'll make up for it another day. However, if I'm not doing anything throughout the week, like going out or anything, then I'll make sure that I go 7 days a week. Or if I can try scheduling a gym session before I'm going out, for example, if I know I'm going out in the evening, I'll make sure that I go in the day to train or whatever. Alternatively, if I'm just ridiculously busy with schoolwork, work, you know, anything like that, rugby, then, you know, I'll make sure that, you know, I find another way or another time to get my training in instead. The next question is, how did I get so big when I was so small? Now, me being small was a bit of a progression from when I was fat. So when I was younger, the doctors basically told me that I was classed as clinically obese. I went home and this actually really got to me, and I spoke to my mom and she was like, you know, just ignore them, you're not obese, you're not this, you're not that. But as I grew up and I saw that more people were like becoming really good at sports and I was just kind of sat there on the sofa doing fuck all with my life, I decided that, you know, I'm gonna actually get myself into fitness and get myself to start losing a bit of weight. So from there, I asked my mate Max Donaldson if he could train me, and he basically trained me to a point where, you know, I'd lost all the fat, but then I was ridiculously skinny as well. But as I was ridiculously skinny, I found a passion for bodybuilding and lifting weights. So one of the things that I get asked, probably one of the most actually, is what do you eat to gain mass, or what are your best foods that you recommend to gain mass? Now, a lot of people, to be completely honest, think, oh yeah, protein shakes, creatine, this, that, whatever. You know, as far as they are, they're good, but they're only supplements. Now, creatine, I would probably put that aside because that I use on a daily anyway. However, things like protein shakes and stuff, you shouldn't be relying on those to get your food intake in, because they should only be supplements to your actual diet itself. Let's say if you don't have enough protein in your diet that day, that's when you'd have a protein shake, not, you know, to replace meals or anything like that, like how some people do. So for me, when I'm trying to put on size and when I'm trying to bulk, the best foods that I eat, I'm not gonna lie, is all the lean things. And along with that, you know, your staple things, your sweet potato, your rice, your stuff like that. And then there are so many variations of things you can do. Don't just be a basic chicken, broccoli and rice kind of bitch. Alternatively on that as well, KFC, honestly, if you're doing a dirty bulk, works a treat. And ice cream. Another thing that I get asked is, what do I do when I'm in the gym and how do I train? Now for me, I go through a variety of different cycles. I've tried a lot of things and I've failed at a lot of things as well. Now what I do now for me has been tried, tested for me, and it basically works as well. So what I actually do is that I do a split of push-pull legs, and then I do a strength training split. So I'm currently on my I'm currently on my strength training cycle now, and the reason why I do strength training and then my push-pull split is because it basically allows me to gain a whole lot of strength, and then by the time I'm doing my push-pull, I can use that strength and I can build the muscle from it. Now I think possibly the main question that I get asked is, how much do I lift? Now for me, I'm nowhere near at any point near what I could possibly get. Now I'm nowhere near like big, to be completely honest. Like for people my age, I'm not realistically that big. So these figures, you know, if you're watching this somehow, if you stumble across this video and you think, oh yeah, these figures, they're just pretty shit, they're pretty weak. Yeah, I know they probably are to a certain extent, but you know, we're out here trying to improve, and you lot are all coming along on my journey with me as well. My bench is 132 kilos. My squat is very, very weak at 135 kilos. And my deadlift is 200 kilos. Those are my 1 rep maxes. Now my squat, for being so weak, was because in my initial years of training, I was one of those boys that was like, oh yeah, let's not do leg day, who the fuck needs legs, blah blah blah. But if I could give you any advice at all, do not skip legs. I am regretting it so much now, that the fact that my chest is basically the same strength as my legs. That make sense? Yeah. And I think that should wrap up this whole video. I'm really hoping that this video was actually, you know, substantial and it was decent and you took something away from it as well. Now obviously this is my first video going out as well. If there's anything that you want me to do, let me know down below in the comments. You know, drop me a message on Instagram. All my stuff will be down there in the description box. You know, let me know what you want to see from me as well. And also, it's a learning curve. If there's something that I need to do to improve, let me know. You know, if you have any tips, any editing points as well, because at the end of the day, I'm not a pro at this. Let me know, and hopefully you'll be liking these videos and subscribing for more. And apart from that, I guess I will see you all next week. Have a good one.